Hey guys, I wanted to do something a little fun, a little technical, and a little educational all at once. So the shooting sports have come a really long ways, and the technology that we're using is far ahead of where it's ever been at this point. Included in those tools are our recording devices and our spotting devices, and what I'm using today is a new spotting device. This is 125 optical zoom. Now, it's fairly commonplace. By the way, what you're looking at here is going to make sense in a minute. It's fairly commonplace when somebody gets a new spotting scope for them to show us pictures of the moon. And that's really cool, really fun. It's a familiar object. We know what it looks like. We know what it looks like to the naked eye. So by showing us a zoomed in image of the moon, we have a really good idea of the magnification and clarity of the optics. But I want to change the game a little bit. Instead of showing me the moon, I want you to show me Jupiter's moons or Saturn's rings with your spotting scope that you used to shoot with. And I'm going to prove to you right now that it is possible. So what you're looking at here is actually a very familiar object. This is Jupiter. And as I center this object, it is a moving object, so what I try to do is center it on the left-hand side and allow it to pan itself across our view here. You can already start to see, and we're not really that far zoomed in, Jupiter's moons. 4 of them, in fact, are going to be splayed out across quite well here. There you are. So my challenge is moving forward. Instead of showing us the moon, we'll continue to show us the moon because it's really cool. Show us Jupiter's moons through your spotting scope, and that's what I'm doing right now with this one. This is one of the new tools our ELR team will be using. It's a 125 power 4K camera system, which will allow for real-time spotting, and its capabilities are just amazing. So here's a really good image you can see of Jupiter, and you can clearly see 4 of Jupiter's moons. Now this is also a bit of a learning curve because what I'm doing is I'm adjusting. There's an ND filter on here, and I'm at the same time kind of playing with that filter to see what kind of clarity we can push out of this system, and also tracking a moving object through the sky. So you'll just bear with me for just a moment here. There we are. So there is Jupiter and 4 of Jupiter's moons through one of our new spotting scopes. And that's not even zoomed all the way in. See, we still have more zoom. It is quite difficult at times to keep it in image, and it's also moving across the night sky. But yeah, that's my challenge to you guys in the community, is don't just show me our moon, show me Jupiter and Jupiter's moons, because it does take quite a clear and capable lens system in order to do that. Now, for a little bit of fun here, when we're not done just yet, I want to do something else. There we go. And you can see the clouds that kind of make this a little uncooperative at times, but not too bad. Now, another object that we're very familiar with that's easily discernible is going to be right here. There's actually 2 of them here, so we should be able to pick up both. So what you see here is on the bottom, there's a little bit of cloud distortion, but it's not bad, is Saturn, and on top is Pluto. So this spotting scope, and I got to do this before this cloud rolls in, that is Saturn and Pluto. And this spotting scope system is capable of seeing both, but we will, or should be able to positively identify Saturn. So I'm going to do my best to keep this. Oh, I think I missed it. Yeah, it's falling behind a fairly large cloud now. So, let's see if I can get this before. No, we lost it. It's alright. I'll be back in. Alright guys, I'm back, and before we were interrupted by the weather here. So what I was saying is I would like to raise the bar a little bit here in our community. We have the technology these days to really perform at much higher levels, to do things that weren't capable even 2 or 3 years ago. And this spotting scope is a perfect example of it. So what I would like to see is, instead of showing us images of our moon, continue to show us pictures of our moon, but also I would like to see you guys show us things, actually show us Jupiter's moon, and show us Saturn. You should be able to see the rings of Saturn. Let's see here. As I bring this object here, what you see here is Saturn and Pluto. And so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on Saturn itself. You'll be able to see that. And there are clouds that are kind of interfering with us, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So there's Saturn. It's a moving object, so it's kind of fun to follow along with. And you can clearly see the rings of Saturn in our new spotting scope. And so my challenge to some of y'all in the community is to show us Saturn and Jupiter's moons in your spotting scope, like I'm doing here with ours. Now it's about to pass behind another cloud. You'll see it dim out a little bit here, but yeah, that's all I had. Pretty fun stuff, and this is the capability of spotting scopes to come. So you can just imagine what these things will be able to do when it comes to spotting targets, trace, impacts, the things that we'll be able to do in shooting sports and beyond.